This is gonna be a quick video. I don't know if you're like me, but I had old school countertops in my house and I really wasn't in a position to get brand new ones. We're gonna be doing an addition, so I didn't want to buy new countertops temporarily, but I was sick and tired of the old ones. So I invested in a countertop paint, and this is basically a video that's gonna show you how to do it and how it turns out, and then the before and after. Enjoy! After sanding the laminate, we had to sand the wood because we're going to be doing the lip and the wood backsplash. So I want to tape off the paint prior to sanding the backsplash. And then I like to use a sanding block because it really lets you get into these grooves here. And I also use the actual sandpaper itself. I like to do both. Now we had a hole next to our sink, which this says to use wood filler, but instead I went with Bondo because I feel like Bondo would actually hold up better than a wood filler filling in laminate. So you have to patch up anything prior to even starting to sand. Let that harden and then sand that out till it's level, and then continue and sand the rest of everything else. Make sure that you dig out any caulking whatsoever that's in your sink, in between your backsplash and your countertop. And if you're doing your backsplash, any caulking that was at any of the seams, you want to dig out completely and then wipe down with rubbing alcohol to make sure all the residue's gone. And then you do want to sand all in any of the creases around your sink. So here, the paint clearly is adhering, but here, it was not. So I had to resand it. And then the other thing is I had to cut it right to the laminate, which now I have to clean it up. Where over here I decided I'm gonna tape off the laminate. That way I don't have to clean it up. Okay, so everything is prepped now. I've got the laminate completely sanded, all the wood completely sanded and primed with Kills. This stuff is the bomb. Everything's cleaned. Now the fun begins. We get to do the painting portion of the project after spending hours prepping for it. So the Giani kit looks like this. It comes with the primer, the 3 different mineral colors that you're gonna dab on with a sponge, and the glitter top coat. It actually comes with a roller, which is pretty cool. The 2 rollers, one for the primer, one for the top coat. The sponge brush, which you use for the detailing and getting the fine edging along the top of your trim and the base of your trim. And then this bad boy, which gets cut up into 3 different sizes, and it's used for the 3 different minerals. You actually hand sponge them on in a random pattern, and everyone's will come out different. No one's will look the same, which I think is pretty cool. And the only additional thing you need is 1, 2, 3 of these little roller trays, which are dirt cheap at Home Depot or Lowe's, and you're good to go. So let's pray that I don't mess this up. As you can see, if you stroke it, it's just looks like crap. So that's why I'm dabbing. All right, round 1 done. So it dries like a flat black. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed how it's blended into one giant slate of black. So this is completely done. I am gonna go over it, I think, with the black again, just because I really want this to be as black as possible, but still have the spackle in it. It came out pretty good. It goes on blue. It's really trippy. And it self-levels. So as it dries, it actually pools out into one even level. So even if you're not the best painter, it's okay. You shouldn't be able to tell. It dries clear, obviously, otherwise this would be hideous. And that's what it's gonna look like once it dries. In the waiting phase right now, first clear coat's done. After the first coat, once it dries, you have to sand it again with a 600 grit sandpaper on a sanding block or a hand sander like this, just to get any of the bumps out or anything that's raised and imperfect. You just want to make sure it's as perfect as possible. So you sand it, and then you wipe it down with a wet cloth, let it dry, and then you would clear coat again.